signed our names with no regrets. Only wanted to be the best that we could be. And we wanted this and nothing more than to be true down to the core. We thought we'd live forever, but when the full moon is bright and the wind blows just right, I can hear your voice on the wind. 21 guns into the night till we meet again on the other side. 21 guns, this is goodbye till we meet again on the other side. Yeah, 21 guns.
Beautiful thing to see the family and friends come together and honor his life and his service to our country.
It's great to see you guys out here. This is awesome, really.
Hi, how is everyone out there doing? You have Patriots Inside the Wire with Tracy right here, and we have our co-host John Swat here tonight. How's it going? Grab your people, grab a friend, grab some family, jump on. We've got a live stream going. We have decided to have on Sundays, Griffin, Nashville, you grab your singers, your songwriters, you get together in a room, and some of the best songs come out of that, right? All right, the music, to me, music is medicinal. I have had multiple streams going on today with other people. So, hey, Sunday is our songwriter singing Sunday. So, the triple S, and it's all about that and the music that is medicinal coming through, usually by our veterans, first responders, our border agents, K9, all those that we appreciate and love and, thank for their service, those that serve or have served. So thank you for being with us tonight on a Sunday. It is a special show. We are going to give you what it is like on Sunday with singers and songwriters just getting together about the music and creating some music. And we have a couple of announcements. Of course, with SWAT here, we've got multiple announcements that are wonderful, and we are supposed to have another individual jumping in to get in here if he gets out of the studio in time. If not, we've got enough for you going on, so jump in with us here. How is it going, SWAT? I need to hear what's going on about your song.
Well, Tracy, it's good to see you and everybody out there. Thank you all for joining us on this Sunday fun day. It is Sunday Songwriters with SWAT right now, and we're going to have other writers I know and artists that are going to be joining us as the time kind of progresses. But this is our kickoff show. The song is doing great right now, and right now we're in the top 75. I think last I checked, we were at number 63. So it's climbing the charts. It's kind of moving up there. We have a lot of great Texas and Red Dirt radio stations that have picked it up. Some independent radio stations, internet radio stations. So everybody's enjoying the tune right now. We've got a few right on the cusp of added it into their playlist. So we're really excited about that, especially when we have the award show coming up here in less than a month, actually. I think about maybe 3.5 weeks. So
Yeah,
it'll
I
be
was
good to see
counting.
everybody, and you're going to be there. I'm going to be there. All our friends from Texas and Red Dirt Radio from all over the state, and from other states.
I
They're all
know.
going to be
Yeah.
there, and a lot of our artist friends. So it's going to be an exciting month. We're looking forward to it. But yeah, the song's doing great. We're really excited about it. We're very, very happy. This is number 7, and we're going to keep rolling with it.
Hey, that's one of my numbers there, number 7. I love it. So for everyone that's out there listening, SWAT has been with Patriots Inside the Wire. SWAT is a veteran. He served in the Army there at the same base that Two Step was at. So for those that don't know, Two Step is my son, and so he's one of us. He definitely understands that area, so I can appreciate that part. And then I appreciate the singing, the songwriting as a medicinal. I always say music is medicinal. That is where I turn to. That is very healing. And so SWAT was chosen. There's several radio stations here in Texas, and we've had this contest that was going on. And so SWAT was in there, and his song that was in there, Sure Feels Good, right? Sure Feels Good. Sure Feels Good was put in there, and SWAT was in there, and he was making it into the finalists. And we are just proud. I am so proud. Like you got up there, and can't wait. Like, I know you've already done so much, but I can't wait to see what's coming. But Sure Feels Good is a excellent song. Thank you to the folks out there at Red Dirt. Thank you to those other folks that we know who you are and you know who we are. I look forward to that, like all over Texas, as you mentioned, even Montana. So it's not all about just Texas. We've got some people coming in multiple areas here the end of March. So at the end of March, we will have the Radio and Music Awards. And yes, wow, I was counting that up. It is 3 weeks. As a female, I was like, oh no, I've got let's talk about something, like, no, you've only got a few weeks. I'm like, no, I don't. I've got like, oh boy, okay.
It'll be here before we know it.
Right up there at Texas Live. So we will have pretty big awards. It will be nice. I cannot wait to see multiple people actually. And SWAT, I mean, do you happen to know the final results of individuals? Do you know any of them?
We actually won't know until the night of the award show, Tracy, but several of my friends have been nominated. They're some of the finalists this year, so I'm really, really excited for them. Well deserved, of course. But the main thing about the award show, and I know I've said this before, is it's really just kind of a big family reunion. Everybody kind of gets together for that couple nights, and we all get to kind of retouch base with each other and catch up and spend just one good. It's really just a big party, and it's a fun time, and it's always really good seeing everybody. But yeah, several of my friends, they're nominated. We won't know until the night of the awards show who actually is going to win all the awards. But just the fact that they're nominated is really exciting. I'm so happy for all
It's
of them.
amazing.
Like I said, a lot of my friends, and I'll be there rooting everybody on.
Well, there you go. There you go. You were right in it. So I am extremely happy. And it just was a happy coincidence. And an individual that I'm talking to that I have worked with at a station, one of those stations was KLBJ back in the day, and then the Metropolitan out of Dallas. So he is up there in Dallas. So hey, we got some good people throwing on that Radio and Music Awards. So you betcha. It's the red carpet and all. Like, this Texas is doing it up. It's not like just Texas dirt, roll on in. This is the full on music awards, full red carpet and all. So it's amazing. So SWAT, I cannot wait. I think it's amazing. I cannot wait to see who's there and what awards are going to be given out. But I know that Red Dirt has been just amazing to you. And so for everyone out there listening right now, for John Swat, he is the co-host here at Patriots Inside the Wire. Please go to Spotify, go to YouTube, go to your local areas. Every time you do this for an artist, this is in this digital world we live in. This is how you support them nowadays. I mean, you've got to go check it out in order to support. So do us that favor, go do that. But here on Patriots Inside the Wire, what we are calling our singer-songwriter Sunday special, you're going to get to actually hear some live music. So while we have our co-host SWAT right there, we also have another guest coming in for you. Oh, we got comments rolling in like crazy. Hey, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hey, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Nice. We have SWAT, we have our guest here too. Shall we bring the guest in?
Bring him on in. Come on.
All right. All right. His name is Michael Ponder. Likes to go by Mike. He is from my hometown where my son was born, and my just best memories of all. So my hometown out there in Nashville. All right, you're coming to the stage. That is Mike Ponder, everybody. How's it going?
Hi guys, how's everybody? John, how you doing, brother?
Good. How are you, buddy?
Man, just got done. I've been down at the Troubadour in Nashville, Tennessee with Colin Ray for the last hour and a half or so.
Wow.
And just having a good time. They're doing a Merle Haggard tribute show tonight at the Troubadour. It's going to be wonderful.
Oh my
Cool,
goodness.
That's
That
awesome.
you can't beat it. So that's what we were just talking about on a Sunday in
On a
Nashville
Sunday.
or whatever. You get together, and that's what we're doing. We're deciding on Sunday from now on. This is what you call the Sunday singer-songwriter session. You just get together and all get in one room, and you never know. Something good usually comes out of it. That's for
Good
sure.
things come out of just a bunch of people getting together. And that's the best way to do it too.
It sure is. It sure is. And as we were saying, music is medicinal. To me, it's like a therapeutic type thing. So I'm like, you know what? I need a day that's going to bring me just some music and connection to other people and then supporting each other. So as I ran across you, Mike, I was like, you know what? I started checking it out and I was like, wait a minute. He's right there in my roots, like every bit about it. So Mr. Ponder there is also a veteran as well. So thank you for your service as well, Ponder.
Oh, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. And John, I've heard a lot about you also, brother. So it's very nice to finally meet you.
Yes, sir. Well, you know what? It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Oh, what were you going to say? Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to thank her for getting up with me and having me on here. It's been my pleasure to be able to do stuff like this, and being newly signed, we're just trying to get out there to the people and let them know the good things we're doing for veterans around the U.S. And because if we don't look after each other, nobody else is going to,
True.
That's
True
true.
that. Well, sounds like you got a lot going on, Mike. Tell us a little bit about it, if you don't mind, for the audience.
Oh, absolutely. Well, about 28 weeks ago, I moved from Beaufort, South Carolina. I was down on Parris Island. I moved up here, and I went to the Apprenticeship Academy, which is under the Belmont window, with Mr. Joe West. He's the 28-time Grammy Award-winning songwriter, producer. He does Shakira's stuff. He does Keith Urban's stuff. He done all of Joy and Roy's stuff. He wrote American Ride for Toby Keith.
Wow.
Just great guy. And he runs a veterans program called the Apprenticeship Academy. And I come up and studied under him and wound up getting my sound engineering, graduating with sound engineering and music production. And it just been a roller coaster since I got up here. He introduced us all around to people here in Nashville, and I wound up moving up here. And last week, CDX Records picked me up for a label, and it's just gotten crazy since. I'm very blessed.
Great, man. That's great.
That is.
Congratulations.
So
Right?
now the work starts.
Well,
It keeps
congratulations.
going.
That's so awesome.
Well, I came from Beaufort I was averaging about 280 to 300 gigs a year. I kept 9 employees busy year round. And I never was doing none of my stuff, which I wasn't really writing then. And I went to the Warrior Wellbeing Program at Camp Southern Ground and became an alumni with Zach Brown down in Fayetteville, Georgia. And they taught me that I'm actually a good writer. I just thought, playing songs over the years and changing the words to them and making them funny and everything was just, kind of just something I had fun with, but it's turned in now to a songwriting career. And I've got a great songwriting team, and I've written with a lot of people. Written with Schaefer Mueller, which is one of our Operation Encore vets out of Alaska. Me and him just wrote my single. It just released Friday.
Cool.
So, but it got real very quick, for sure. But
in a good way.
Just kept at it, and I do a lot of my writings and a lot of my songs that are coming out and songs that I've released is all with veterans. It's all about veteran emotions. It's all about connecting with other veterans and connecting to emergency first responders, anybody working in emergency surgeries that deal with PTSD. So it's just not just the vets, but it helps the people that are out there doing those high stress level jobs for the emergency services and police officers and firefighters and everything. And then kept doing that. And then when we moved to Nashville, I wound up becoming the director of Wish for Our Heroes Foundation here in Nashville, Tennessee. And we cover all of the state of Tennessee. We have 9 chapters, and we help out active duty members, family emergencies, anything that they need. If they have their car breaks down and they're having a lot of financial difficulties, we'll go in and help them. We've bought houses, we've bought cars, we've bought, anything they need. Now, of course, that's all verified and it goes through the certain channels, but that's the way I give back after being a 20-year vet. That's what I do. So my plate floweth over.
You fit right in. You're at home right here. That's for sure.
And it all seems to happen in Nashville, Tennessee for some reason.
Or it comes from there.
It's not an easy road, but if you keep your head down and you keep trucking along and keep doing good things happen to you. And I've just been very blessed. Well,
we are blessed to have you with us, and I am so glad to hear that it is going well there. If it isn't in Nashville, it comes out of Nashville normally. That's what I say.
Very true. Very true.
But you know what, Ponder? I would love to hear more about this program that you went through, maybe on another back channel or something.
I would love to hook you up with that too.
I would love to talk to them. I'd love to have them on. I heard about a couple of others that are out there, but yours really stuck out to me for multiple reasons. So I definitely want to do that. And, you're also involved with some more things. So thank you for being here. Sounds like, I don't know if I could have left the Troubadour and everything else that was going on. So we are, we're just grateful. We're grateful.
Well, actually, I'm very blessed to be able to work around a lot of those guys on a daily basis. So it's just, you never know who you're going to meet in Nashville. One day you're playing a gig at Second Fiddle and Lainey Wilson walks in and sits down on the stool by the side of you. It's just, you just never know in Nashville.
Well, you know what? I always say it's about the location. So if you know the old Music Row gang, if you know the correct location, then Absolutely. It's very easy. So I don't go to the new. Nashville.
A quick funny story. I was playing next door at Second Fiddle when Chris Young got arrested.
Uh-oh.
It was a huge story. But anyway, that's just Nashville, Yeah. I was playing a gig at Layla's back when Garth Brooks' bar opened across the street from Layla's. And we turned around and we're sitting in the window and Garth's standing right behind us on the street. So you just never know in Nashville. You never know who's going to walk in.
Yep. They won't normally be there, though, at the tourist traps. Hey, look, there's some good places around there, but I always have to go to the alley. You got Tootsie's and you got the Grand Ole Opry.
Renter's Alley.
Yeah, that's our secret.
Well, I hang out with a lot of the old cats over at the Music City Bar and Grill and the Troubadour because that was real country music.
Yes. Yes.
That's back when country was country.
Country was cool.
And that's what I grew up around. And that's where I learned to play guitar was the older stuff. And and play bass and play drums. So hanging out with those guys, they're a plethora of knowledge. And they're just great circle of people, you know. I've not met a nasty or bad person in the circle of people that I've been in since I've been here. Now, knock on wood, not to say that they're not out there, but I've been very blessed, and I think God's led me in the right direction. And I've got a great support team at home. My wife, my kids, my grandkids, they all support me. They told me, they said, you'll never get signed in Nashville at 51 years old. And guess what? I love to prove people wrong.
I like that too.
So, Mike, you've got a new song out.
I do.
Tell us a little bit about it, and I'd love to hear you play it too, if you don't mind. Man.
Absolutely. I would love to. So it's called Take Me to Tennessee. And believe it or not, it was a bet. It was a dare from my wife. I was in the studio. We was studying up at Joe West's the barn. We call it the West Barn up in Franklin on the mountain. And my wife called me and says, you need to write a song. Since we're moving to Tennessee, you need to, take me to Tennessee. Well, me and Schaefer Mueller from Alaska, another Operation Encore vet, 30 minutes later, we had a song. We started recording it. And it turned out great. And then I got back in the studio, and I had some A1 session players playing on it. I played on it. Tim McDonald played on it. We had a great little fiddle player now in Nashville. Her name's Becky Siegel. Becca Siegel. And just some great people helped me out with it. And it's getting a lot of hits and a lot of views since it released. And it's just a simple, they always say 3 chords and the truth, right? So it's just a simple song about my adventures moving to Tennessee.
Well, your wife gets the credit there from what I heard.
Absolutely.
I picked up on that one.
Couldn't have done it without her, for sure. Well, she's my biggest supporter, and she loves everything I do, and goes to my shows, and just I'm very blessed to have her in my life. Well,
we are all blessed to be here on a good Sunday and sharing some music and talking about just helping each other out and being there. I see some nice guitars back there that I keep wanting to, I'm paying attention, but I'm checking them out back there.
Oh yeah, this is my little studio here, and a lot of my players that I use, they'll fly me the tracks in, and since I graduated, Joe West taught me how you give me a lot of knowledge on doing our own studio sessions and producing and how to mix it properly and how to mix it for radio properly, and just a great knowledgeable class. It was 26 weeks, 5 days a week in the studio from daylight till dark. So, but he's a great instructor, and he's very knowledgeable, and he flies all over the world. They fly him all over the world just to do mastering. So It was good to have a mentor in Nashville like that, for sure.
Nice. Do you know who that is?
His program is all about veterans, and it's called the Apprenticeship Academy.
Is that their website? Would their website be?
Yeah, if you go to just Google Joe West Apprenticeship Academy, it should pull right up. Okay. And the GI Bill covers it. The Chapter 35 will cover it to an extent. And then they actually have galas once a year that raises money that helps get scholarships for veterans to come to his program.
That's great.
You got it.
He's a legend, Tracy. Everybody who has ever been to Nashville, they know who Joe West is. And
I know the name.
Top tier.
Yeah,
he's top tier.
I recognized it.
I've actually never met him, but of course, a lot of my songwriter friends, and I'm sure, Mike, you probably know a lot of people, especially artist-wise, that have worked with him over the years. And he's just like I said, in Nashville, he's top tier legend. So
Yeah, he's
so
very well known as
yeah.
far as writing and music production, and he works
Absolutely.
with, you know,
Ah,
the greats.
yes, I knew his name. The Apprenticeship Academy. I need to look into a little bit more. That is where I was going, huh? I've heard about a lot of the other companies, that are doing things, for singing and songwriting, but this is the first for me for the apprenticeship, and I would love to know
Yeah,
more.
he
So yeah,
he does great work up there for that. And
nice.
he is actually on my committee now for Wish for Our Heroes Foundation here in Nashville.
Well,
Nice.
So
that's right. So Wish for Our Heroes, by the way, SWAT is we were talking about that earlier. Wish for Our Heroes. It's about what it says right there. It's about what wish it is that they would like to do, whether it's go to a certain game or they just want that wish, that thing they're dreaming about and trying to make that come true.
most of them, most of the wishes, like we just granted a wish in Fort Campbell for an Army sergeant that works at the hospital at Fort Campbell. Her son was born with a cranial deficiency and has the flat spot on the head when they're born and stuff, and they have to wear the cranial helmets.
Yeah.
Well, the cranial helmets are $2,500 a piece.
Hmm.
TRICARE, their insurance, military insurance, does not cover it because they consider it cosmetic. So we actually went and talked with the cranial company here in Nashville, got it for about $1,700, purchased it, presented it to her for Christmas. She took her child down, got him fitted, and we picked up the tab, and he'll have his next cranial helmets and everything will be covered, and it's all good to go.
Well,
So,
that's
and then we just
amazing.
sent a couple this week. We're sending a couple to Chicago to learn how to deal with blind children because their son was born with some kind of an eye disease and he's blind. So we're sending them to a seminar in Chicago to learn how to work better with their children. And he attends the Tennessee School for the Blind here in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, nice.
that's what we do right there. That's what we enjoy doing, and we do it in 8 different states.
Well, that's
So
amazing.
online,
So
we take care of Nashville. We have a San Antonio chapter, which we work with the San Antonio Spurs. We have the Indianapolis chapter, which we work with the Pagoda and all the Indy 500 every May. We work with the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee to do galas up there. So we're spread out all over the U.S.
well,
That's
that
great,
is
man.
amazing. It's great, man. We've got a lot going on. We were just talking about, SWAT has his song out. It was hitting the
Oh, it's
chart.
great. I heard it too, man. It sounds
Did
great.
you? Yeah, he'll
Thanks,
play it
man. I
for us.
appreciate it.
So yeah, sure feels good. So we were talking about that earlier, and I was saying, you'll truck in here, and then we'll get it going. It's very, very nice to see you on. We want to start building this each Sunday, but I wanted to check with SWAT where we're at on what you want to do. Do you want to play? Sure
I'll
feels
tell
good.
you. Well, I'll play it first, and then afterwards, Mike, if you'll do us a favor and take us to Tennessee, man.
Absolutely. I would love to.
Yes, sir. I'm
It'd be my
anxious to
pleasure.
hear it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and get us kicked off then. Some of you out there in the audience, I know y'all have heard this song, but I'll go ahead and play it for you right now. Mike, I'm sure, like you said, you've heard it. This is my latest and greatest. It's out on the charts right now. It's called Sure Feels Good. Lying here on a rainy Sunday morning with you, I can think of nothing else I'd rather do. I used to run around all over town with my crazy friends and never slowed down. All it took was you, girl, come along and change my world. You got me spinning, 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 round and round like I've never been. I keep wishing, 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 and it won't ever end. You got me falling, falling falling in love. I've never felt like this, wasn't planning on it, but it sure feels good. Never thought that I would meet an angel, but down you flew. I know heaven must be missing you when it's just us two alone in this room, and you do what you do that takes me to the moon. Every night, every time we kiss, I gotta hold on tight. You got me spinning, 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 round and round like I've never been. I keep wishing, wishing, wishing that it won't ever end. You got me falling, falling, falling in love. I've never felt like this, wasn't planning on it, but it sure feels good, yeah. It's like a ticket to ride on a tilt-a-whirl. Every time I'm with you, girl, you got me spinning, 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 round and round like I've never been. I keep wishing, wishing, wishing that it won't ever end. You got me falling, falling, falling in love. I've never felt like this, wasn't planning on it, but it sure feels good. Yeah, it sure feels good, baby. You got me spinning, spinning, spinning. Yeah, and it sure feels good.
Ooh.
That's awesome. Wow.
Right?
Thank y'all.
Right? I love it. I love it. I love it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That
Woo.
sounds
Yeah.
great.
John Swat.
Yeah,
It
I've
is
got a,
johnswatmusic.com. Got to check it out. johnswatmusic.com. I'm telling y'all, go to Spotify. Go look at this male vocalist of the year nominee you got right here in John Swat. Coming out of Texas, folks. But hey, he's been there where you're at, Ponder Man. He's got a lot
Yeah.
going on there. We'll have to connect on back channels, but awesome.
Hey, Swat, where
Swat.
are you at in Texas?
Right now, I'm in Belleville. It's right between Sealy and Brenham, about
Nice.
45 minutes outside of Houston. But, you know, I was up in your neck of the woods in Nashville for about 10 years. As a matter of fact, I wrote that song with a few friends of mine up there. One of them you may have even met. His name is Dave Gibson from the Gibson
Yeah.
Miller Band.
Yeah, Gibson Miller Band, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, well, funny story, just real quick. When we were writing that song, we already had kind of the chorus going, and Dave was supposed to be there. I can't remember what time, but he was running late. And anybody that knows Dave Gibson, he shows up. He's got a stogie in one hand, and he's got his cup of coffee in the other.
Yeah, that's
And,
Dave.
yeah. Anyway, so he kind of was outside. He was smoking his stogie, and we were real excited about it. And so we said, we don't have a hook. And he walked in. He goes, play me what you got. I said, okay. And we've been messing around with it for about 45 minutes. And within 15 minutes, we had the song written because Dave just looked and says, why don't you just say what you're thinking? It sure feels good, man.
Yeah,
and we
it's
just
lit on
said,
paper.
and we just lit up. And he's a phenomenal songwriter. Obviously, a great artist, but a phenomenal songwriter. And
Oh, yeah,
like I
he's
said,
got some great stuff.
oh yeah, within 15 minutes, we had the song written. Just that's all we needed was that Dave Gibson touch. So we were really, really excited about it. But yeah, it was cool.
That's awesome, man.
Awesome.
We have our galas down at San Antonio. We have our next San Antonio gala. I'll have to get you down there to come. Maybe me and you can do a little duo thing.
Hey, don't leave
Definitely.
me
I'd love
out here or
that.
there.
Oh,
I'll
absolutely.
cut y'all off.
You're just right around the corner.
Literally.
You're just literally right around the corner.
Literally. I'm in your neck of the woods half a year, and then I'm here in Texas the other half. So, but yes, music is that was awesome, SWAT. It's been a while since I got to hear it live, and I needed it. So, Sundays like this remind me of being in Tennessee and growing up, and usually outside of the recording area, like playing in the alley, like when you're young, like playing in the alleys or bonfires, and everybody's just, it's, I mean, I've got like 3 sitting over there. I am not playing for y'all tonight, but I've got it on because Sunday showcasing for just singing and songwriting is just been so good for the soul. Like it is just like the Sunday soul for me. So I was like, you know what? We've pulled off a Christmas special, literally, just like you would do if you were going somewhere on, mainstream media, which I don't really watch. So I was like, dang it, we can do every bit of it right here.
So,
So we can
Mike,
do it.
oh no, go ahead. I'm
Go
sorry, I didn't
ahead.
interrupt you. Well, I was just
No,
going to
we
ask
just
Mike.
have the 2 media groups. That was it. See what we do? Jinx. What is it? The old Jinx joke? You owe me a Coke? There you go.
Well, I was just going to ask Mike real quick. I know you just had your release. You said you released it last week. Is that correct? Your
It
single?
released on Friday at midnight.
Oh, Friday. Okay, excellent. So it's only been out there for a couple of days now.
Brand new. Yeah.
Excellent. And you've got it out. I'm guessing you have it up on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify.
It's on all the platforms. CDX Records released it. It went through Sony Orchard, a platform, and came out that way. And I've done several over the past years. I went through like DistroKid and CD Baby, but they explained to me that when you release that stuff on those lower platforms, it doesn't get to the mainstream. It goes to like a DistroKid, Spotify. It goes to Apple Music. You can pull it up, but it doesn't go to the streams to where, like, if Trace Atkins puts something out or if Kenny Chesney puts something out. When you start going through a label and you go through like Sony Records, you go through CDX Records, then it gets to where it needs to go to where people can finally start hearing your music. And I see that now. I mean, the first hour I had 2,000 hits.
Wow.
Didn't realize it. But it's just the way the business is, the way the machine is. And if you don't go through the right doorways to get into the machine, it's just going to grind you up and spit you out. So now I'm learning how to do things right and properly. And I'm not afraid of the work, for sure. Definitely not afraid of the work, but it's good to know the right path now to put the work toward.
Well, we will take those tips, Ponder. I was looking. Do you want is your website Michael Ponder Music?
It's MikePondermusic.com.
That's what I was kind of figuring because I want to make sure we get you out there for sure. So
absolutely.
And it's just not
and
Michael,
Spotify
though.
and Apple Music. It's just Mike Ponder Artist. I have my own Spotify page and Apple Music page.
Okay. All right. And SWAT, you understand what he was saying about where that music goes and how you can get it out in the masses rather than just sitting there.
That's important.
I was answering a veteran who, hi, Brent, by the way. He was sending y'all a message, so I wanted to make sure we
hi, Brent.
Yeah, hi, Brent. Thank you so much. But I want to make sure that we get your music out there too. But they were wanting to know that again. They're asking so right before you came on, I just said this, especially like we're talking about SWAT and he's in these awards. You got to go in this day and age to the digital categories, your Spotify, your Apple areas to hear
Instagram and TikTok.
And
I've had to learn to use both.
Yes. And I met you there.
Yeah, actually, my manager, Joe Kelly, which has been an absolute sweetheart of a man. He says, you may not like it, but every day you need to put out an Instagram and a TikTok. Go on and talk to people, get it out there, talk about your music, talk about your hat, talk about your beard, why it's so gray. He said, talk to your people. So I've had to learn to use TikTok. I've had to learn to use Instagram. And it's still a struggle because I'm a 51-year-old man that grew up without internet and cell phones. And, we didn't have all that. In the military, I learned to use it. But I've gotten pretty decent at it, and my wife helps me, and I've got 4 kids, and they all help me. So just let the kids do it. They're really good at it.
You know what's funny about this is so when I take the broadcast, our broadcast is with two media companies now. It was one before tonight. So so we had a great successful meeting today too. That I'll tell on the back channels. But what's interesting is with our broadcasts and the way that we work, I can take snippets from our broadcast tonight. So we're actually on TikTok, we're on X, we are on every platform you can basically get on right now live. And what I'll do is I'll take snippets, and I have done that, and that's how you met me. Is I have taken SWAT's song "Sure Feels Good" for the awards, and that's what you were seeing is take his song, put it out there on TikTok, and we got it out there multiple times. There's one of them. It's like 8,000 or something. But what happened was, and I'm going to tell on myself here, I didn't hit mute this time, but I knew better because I've learned my lesson. But I used to sing, and it's not that I don't. It's just that I got some stuff in my vocal cord right now, so I didn't hit mute, and so they caught me singing SWAT's song as we were live, and so it went out on TikTok, and I was mortified, and I was like, SWAT, I want to delete it. And he's like, no, don't. Because everybody's like learning the song. It's not that bad, but I'm used to, I would have loved to have been in a studio, or like my audio to have been better or something like that. So I'm critiquing me, not SWAT's song. SWAT's song is amazing. So I was like, I want your song to have justice. Like, but
Thanks, man.
it's still there, y'all. So we'll take pieces from tonight and we'll put the music out there, just like you talked about.
Hey, you never know. Maybe I have to put out a new song every 6 weeks. Swap. Maybe I can take one of yours and throw it in there, and we'll see what it does.
Come on.
There you go. We'll do it. You all got a question going here, if you don't mind. It says, question to each musician. Who would you say is the most influential person or people that have inspired your music? Is it me? They didn't say that part. I did.
Mike, I'm going to defer to you first, my friend.
Well, I started very young. My mother and father done shows with Archie Campbell in the 70s with the Kendalls. And I grew up on an old tour bus. So one of the most influential people that I had as far as music was not one of the artists. It was one of the musicians of one of the artists, Mr. Roger Sigmund. He is retired now and lives in Marion, North Carolina. He taught me my first chords. I started out as a drummer and played drums for many, many, many years. And he used to stand and show me. He taught me the Nashville number system. He taught me how to keep beat with the bass. He taught me the ins and outs of how to count in songs. And my mother and father was extremely supportive, being musicians themselves. They just sung. They didn't play anything. So, but I'd have to say Roger Sigmund and LaVon English, which was one of my mom and dad's singing partners. And she was with them for 34 years as a singing partner. So she taught me how to come in with my notes when I sing, when to take breaths. So I had a lot of cool, influential people growing up. But one of my biggest ones that taught me that don't be afraid of what you sing and don't be afraid of the stage was little Jimmy Dickens.
Nice.
I was not expecting that one. That's a good one. That's great.
And at the age of 8, I was as tall as he was. So, but he taught me how to have stage presence, how to not be afraid to talk to the crowd. And of course, I watched my mother and father for years. So influential people was my parents' band, and little Jimmy Dickens was probably the biggest one.
That's great. So, all right, SWAT, what about you?
Kind of piggybacking off of what Mike said, one of my biggest influence, and Tracy, you know this, is obviously my mother. She is actually a singer herself. That's where she taught me how to harmonize. She taught me how to sing. She taught me how to dance. she basically taught me everything but guitar. And as a matter of fact, I think I've told Tracy, I think I've told this story, but when she was younger, she is the quintessential rodeo cowgirl. She barrel
Oh,
races
yeah.
even to this day. She still barrel races, and but she would perform at some of the barrel races, and then in Pasadena at the old Gillies, the original Gillies.
Yeah.
She actually has performed there as well when she was younger. So that's where I get a lot of my influence, my songwriting ability, and everything like that. It comes from her. But I would have to say probably the person in Nashville who taught me probably the most about music, or at least kind of the production side and kind of how things work and how to, like you were saying, kind of control when you come in with, mix things up, would probably have to be a good friend of mine, Johnny Garcia. Uh, he actually plays lead guitar for Trisha Yearwood and Garth Brooks.
Trish Yearwood. Yep.
Yeah, and so if you see that,
Johnny's a great cat, man.
Johnny he's a old good friend of mine. He's one of the first people that I was in the studio with, and he'd heard a few of my songs, and so when we got into the studio, he, like you said, he kind of just showed me. He's a great producer. He's a great songwriter in his own right. But he taught me a lot, especially on the production side, especially like you're saying, controlling, um, when to throw different things into the song, come up with a lot of great ideas together. And we've written a lot of great songs together. So really good friend of mine, really great, just talented musician, talented writer, talented producer, all around, just talented person. But
Nice.
yeah, so obviously in Nashville, he's probably my biggest influence there, and we're still friends to this day. We have, like I said, God, I don't even know how many songs we've written together, but he's been successful in his own right. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Amen. Amen.
I
love it.
don't think a lot of people realizes that, the artists are great. Don't get me wrong. All the artists are great, but let's talk about all the musicians that make them great. They sometimes don't get the credit that they need. And there's so much talent that is out there that's behind the scenes. And that's why when I'm doing my shows and stuff, I always give my band the credit. I always if I record something with them, they always get the credit. And I also let them shine on stage just as much as I do. So,
Well, that speaks volumes, and I think it's amazing. So the way that we're all three in here is exactly what Joe West told you, was get your music in a certain area. And that's what we were doing. Myself and a person from the media team in SWAT, and a person from your family SWAT will be there. So we will all in 3 weeks be up there to check out the Radio and Music Awards in Texas. But it's not just Texas, as we were talking about. So I've been to them in Tennessee. I have not attended. Well, I did attend CMAs here, but I have not attended like a local event like this caliber that's going to be put on. I've been in front of them, behind them, all around. So I can't wait. And then to have your song SWAT, like still climbing out there, man. So I'm telling everybody, sure feels good. Check it out. Check out the song. You've got John SWAT music. And now we've got Mr. Mike Ponder on here. And I love it when we get you in here and we can say, pick it up and play it for us, Mr. Take Me to Tennessee.
all right. I'd love to. I'd love to.
Thank you.
Make sure this old guitar here is in tune. Driving down the road, getting lost on the interstate. I made a wrong turn, hope it ain't too late. Got the pedal on the floor, and my girl's in the front seat. She said, where you wanna go? She said, you already already know, babe. Take me to Tennessee and down the Smoky Mountain Road. As long as you're with me, I want to take it real slow. Whoa, take me to Tennessee, to that Nashville town. As long as you're by my side, that's a real cool sound. Headed west from the ocean to that old famous town. Get there together, ain't gonna let you down. Made it to Music City, where the lights are never low. 24/7, the neon glow. Take me to Tennessee, down that Smoky Mountain Road. As long as you're with me, I want to take it real slow. Oh, take me to Tennessee, to that Nashville town. As long as you're by my side, that's a real cool sound. Oh, that's where we're going, y'all. Take me to Tennessee, down that Smoky Mountain Road. As long as you're with me, I want to take it real slow. Whoa, take me to Tennessee, to the Nashville town. As long as you're by my side, that's a real cool sound.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yes.
great.
Oh,
Love
thank
it,
you
man.
very much.
Love it.
Love it. Great song, man.
So you're the second person I've actually played it live for. We had a concert at Beaufort, South Carolina, down with the United States Marine Corps across from Parris Island Friday night, and we debuted it there. And that's the second time I've played it for an audience. So
Well,
thank you guys
great,
for
man.
allowing me that opportunity.
I
Great song,
love
man.
it. And you've got several people here for both of you. So awesome. I needed this therapy tonight. Albert, were you here? And I'm looking at everything you're
Awesome.
saying. He says he tried to learn to play when he was in inpatient for PTSD. We're with you, Albert, in TVI, but you just couldn't get it. He tried, and maybe he'll pick up the triangle. So there you go. Thank you. Thank
Well, I
you.
think
We hear
maybe if
you.
we can get things together, me and this young man here is going to hook up. You never know. You might hear something coming from us here pretty soon.
Well,
I like
you know
that,
what?
man.
I love to write with other people and other vets, and it's just
Yes.
Same
what I love to
here.
do.
You got it. You got a gold star mom here. I did not serve, but my son did, and let me tell you, that was interesting to have a child and yeah, pretty crazy. But
And bless your heart for doing what you do too. Thank you very much for
oh, I
all the hard work you
am
put in.
I am a individual that's has things going on too. That's what it is. And so it's all about bringing people together, and music is one of those areas that's always been in my life. So I like to keep it about the artists. You never know where you'll find me. You never know. I like to stay hidden. So I love to hear y'all play and go, but I will not turn down a gig if I'm in Tennessee. So
Hey, you're welcome on my stage anytime,
yeah.
girl. Anytime.
Well, you never know. I'm doing something with Tootsies, by the
Goes
way,
for
out
both
there.
of you. Goes
Yeah.
for both of you. If you're ever in town, please make sure to let me know ahead of time so we can plan something.
Well, you'll have to
got it.
get with me. There is something going on with Tootsies, so I want to make sure that's done right. One of the original owner getting up there. But so my family's connected to their family, and I want to do a special tribute there.
Oh,
So
very nice.
yeah,
Very
we got
nice.
some stuff going on there in Tennessee, and April as well. So April, I'll be back out for an event that's there. So
Come on. Come on.
yeah. But you know what? Just like this post, that's why I still have it here. This post tonight from Albert April Hero. I feel the same way. The music is medicinal. It's like therapy. We appreciate you for pointing that out because I say it. Thank you, Rick. You know, Rick has joined us tonight. He had several posts in here and wants to connect. It's nice to connect with you, Rick. Go ahead and send us a message at Patriots Inside the Wire. You can find it anywhere, just like we were talking about. There's a website. You can fill out the form there, and it will go straight to our media team. So patriotsinsidethewire.com. You will be able to get SWAT, Ponder, me, and you'll get a hold of the media team first.
And
so,
also, I'm going to get my IT guys to make sure that the Patriots, maybe we get a link on my.com also.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it. This Sunday gig that we're doing right here, this is what I imagined. And after the day, the last 24 hours, this is exactly what I was thinking about. And we hear you, Albert, if that's the name you'd like to go by. I understand. Again, if you want to send us a message through Patriots Inside the Wire, I will post that. But Patriots Inside the Wire has a page there. You can get a hold of us very easily, and then I can put you in touch with not only these guys, but we've got a ton of really good organizations that are just connected to each other. So outside of what's, supposed to be there to help ours that serve or have served, there are a lot of good people out there that are connecting, and that's what it's all about, bringing people together.
Mike, before, I know we're probably going to be closing it up here pretty soon, but for the audience and everybody out there, what do you have coming up as far as, shows or gigs? What do you got going on?
I've got a couple of Redneck Riviera shows coming up. Nice. I'll be playing down there with John Rich. We just done a party for him last weekend.
Curtis.
I will be, I think it's March 30th. I'm at Redneck Riviera on the Strip.
You recognize that picture? Can you see that, Ponder? Cisco?
Oh, yeah. That is so funny.
Yep.
Since you have that picture, do you remember Rachel Stacy that played fiddle for them?
Yes.
She's a very close friend. She travels with me.
Well, there you go.
Rachel's
family.
Just great. All of those guys at Redneck Riviera, they really take care of veterans.
Oh, yep.
We've got a private show coming up for our Wish for Our Heroes Gala, April 28th. And I know I've got several shows coming up. CDX label is setting up my tour for the summer. So I'm not aware of exactly where I'm going. We do have a big show coming up May 25th with Luke Bryan.
Where's that at?
That is in, hang on just a second. I will have to tell you, that just came up. It's actually going to be contributing to 3 charities. Defenders Charity. There's a charity that's coming in for burn victims with the Bobby Henline Foundation, and we Wish for Our Heroes. So we'll be doing that one also. That is in, I don't know why I have such a hard time remembering this little town that we're doing this show in. Bear with me just a second. It is in Silver Point, Tennessee. It's right off I-40. It's between Nashville and Knoxville, Cooksville, right out next to Cooksville. And that's going to be going on May 25th. It's an all-day event. There's like seven groups there to include Luke Bryan. He's going to be a special guest. He's going to be doing we're going to be doing like a little solo show with him. But there's bands coming in out of Texas to do this, and 100% of the proceeds go to these 3 charities. So we'll be doing
what, Ponder? That's amazing. And let us know. We can book out SWAT. I will officially let you have him. For
I'm going to use him in San Antonio. He just don't know it yet.
Well,
hey,
I'm not kidding.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we can next the gala we can set up a live podcast from that show in San Antonio.
Let's do it,
That
man.
would be
Let's
really
do
cool.
it. I'll do it.
That'd be
I'll
really
come
cool.
to it actually, and I'll broadcast and swat.
Well,
and sing.
we have Dave Batista as a part of our foundation out there. Plays
Nice.
Drax, Guardians of the Galaxy. All the guys from Devil River Whiskey is out there. We do it at Padrati's Ranch in San Antonio, Texas.
Ooh, that is nice.
It's a huge venue, but we usually
is.
have about 4,500 to 6,000 people.
Wow.
So it's a big thing. We raise anywhere from $300,000 to $500,000 a year doing that one event out there. And then we service like Lackland Air Force Base and all the bases there in San Antonio, and so it's a nice thing to be on.
That's great, man.
I think it's amazing. I wasn't kidding about SWAT singing, so he's available, and that gets him up here closer. We have so many for both of you right here, and I know I'm missing your names here. Rick, I saw what you said there. You need him for your show. I sent you a message there. He's not kidding. He actually has 2 bands he plays. So Rick, again, the good way, you can just go to patriotsinsidethewire.com for anybody that's within here and what we're talking about. And there's a form there, and you can do that. Or again, each one with their name, like John Swat, you got Mike Ponder right there. It's music.com. So you take their name, add music, put .com. But again, we would love to touch base. I see your messages here. We thank every one of you for every message. Brent, I am glad you are where you are. You keep fighting. We need you here. So you are a very genuine hearted individual. You keep going. You're doing good. Please. We're all here for you. And then again, I saw your message too. Triple threat there. Get in touch with me again. It's patriotsinsidethewire.com. It is not me. This is a broadcast that is because of all of you. So we've got the co-host is John Swat there. And then we've got 2 media teams that just came on board. And then, like I said, when we do this, I literally thought of it as, just being in Tennessee kind of casually like this. And then, it did what it was supposed to do. It has people here going, man, this is exactly what I needed. And I feel the same way. How about, would you both know a song that you could both play together? That's what they're asking.
I don't know. You know what? I'll tell you what. We'll we might have to rain check that because we'll have to get together and figure one out, Mike. I'm thinking,
we probably could pull something off.
I'll let you take the lead on that, my friend.
Well, you can play whatever you want. We don't have to do that, but you can. Why don't you each just play another song, and then we'll satisfy everybody here asking us information, and we'll sign out after you each get another song. How's that, SWAT? You want to do that?
I like that idea.
If I can, SWAT, for you, chime in there to sing with we're great musician and everything there. I just want to put it out there. If you guys know any active duty members that are struggling, that are having a hard time, please get them in touch with the wishforourheroes.org. All you got to do is go on. You can go on there yourself, ask for a wish to be granted. We'll get it. Put my name down. I don't care how you get it there, because we need help finding these active duty members that are struggling. And just to give you a little insight, we went to Fort Campbell, and that community that is around Clarksville, Tennessee, and Fort Campbell, there's 900 students that are going to school that are homeless.
Yeah.
In that county, over a third of that is active duty members' children. So it's a huge problem. So if you guys know any active duty members, even if you know veterans that are having a hard time, let us know on the veterans also. Get them to wishforourheroes.org. Tell them to just go there and say, grant a wish. It'll pop up, put their name in, put their number. We'll do all the follow-up. We'll do all the legwork. And our Wish for Our Heroes are 99% all volunteers. We pay one person in the entire United States. and that's our secretary that does all the CPA stuff. Other than that, we have a huge following. We can get help to these people that need it. So please put that out there. Send them to my number. Send them to our website here in Nashville, and I'll disseminate it out to the other
You got
states.
it. I'll get with you on the back channel. I do work with all the bases as through the organizations we have, which is two-step tickets, Heroes Wish tickets. So I can definitely put you in touch. You want to be in touch with anybody on a base, we do still work with our active duty. So
that's been our hardest struggle, is getting, because every time you get with somebody on the base, 2 years later, they transfer.
Well, yes.
You know?
So I
hard.
have the cell phone number to a couple of people that you're correct. They move around, but if you can get to 2 of these people, I'll let them know about you. I'm not going to share your information. You get with me on the back channels and we'll see. But this is amazing. Everything you're doing.
If anybody wants to contact me, it's Michael@wishforourheroes.org.
Well, there you go. Michael is wishforourheroes.org. So check that out. And then what I will do on the back channels, Ponder, is the people that I work with, anything that's going on, I will get them your information. So I'll get them the website.
Thank you guys very much.
Especially up here. I still say Fort Hood, y'all. I'm sorry. It's Fort Cavazos. Is that right?
It's Fort Hood.
Thank you.
It's Fort Hood.
I'm not PC. I'm sorry.
Just to tell you, I have a very good friend of mine's son was stationed at Fort Hood, and he was murdered in the lake out there. And we spent several days out there looking for him on the water, and finally found him. Him and his Army friend, I don't know what happened, but I helped the mother and father, are very good friends. I watched this kid grow up. So I've spent some time out there at Fort Hood. So it's a troubled area that needs help also, you know.
Well, you know what? Around these bases, some of them, like Swat and I were talking about earlier, Stewart is one that is one of those troubled areas. I mean, we've got a lot of these bases in these areas that I would have never known if what happened to me did not happen. So I do know all about it, and that is why I still stay connected. I will always do that to honor my son, who was brave enough. Each one of you that took that oath, foreign and domestic, let me point that out. That is not a little thing. So, you know, we like to honor them all. So we honor all those that serve. We honor our Gold Star families. We honor our first responders, our border, our K-9. We are always grateful. So we are very appreciative for every one of you with all the messages. As we can see, it wasn't just us that thought that this would be a wonderful thing to do, that we have so many messages pouring in here. Absolutely amazing. Just lifting everybody up. So that's what it's all about. And cool. You know what, Mr. Ponder, what you got? You're going to pull off what you're going for.
Well, I can do you another one of my songs, or we can do something fun and coverish. It doesn't matter to me.
I'd like to hear another one, original, my friend.
I'd love to do one. I'll do this one. It's called Better Day. As you know, I went through the Zach Brown Warrior Week and Warrior Path down in Camp Southern Ground and graduated. And then they invited me to come back and write songs and help the veterans. I've been down there a couple of times after I actually graduated from the program. And myself and Mr. Jake Dukes, which is one of the directors for Camp Southern Ground, which is Zach Brown's tour manager. We wrote this song together by emotions from the veterans down there. So we would listen to the veterans and they would open up to other veterans, and we'd take those emotions and make them a song. So this is one we wrote. It's almost 2 years old now, and it actually has a video on YouTube about it and everything. It's called Better Day. I spend my days in in the bottom of a bottle. It's never enough to ease my pain. My heart and mind is spinning out in sorrow. I think it's time for a change. There's a house with a yard, I can see it. There's a whole heart in the distance. 'Cause I can't hide the thought of dying. It's in my mind in every way. But the thought of mama crying keeps me weary, man, for a better day. It's been 3 years, I can still feel my sorrow. It's your love that carries me. Well, faith is gone, just giving me the strength to follow. I keep the light in front of me. There's a house with a yard, I can see it. There's a whole heart in the distance. 'Cause I can't hide the thought of dying. It's in my mind in every way. But the thought of mama crying, it keeps me reaching for a better day. I can't hide the thought of dying. It's in my mind in every way. But the thought of mama crying, it keeps me reaching for a better day. But the thought of mama crying, it keeps me reaching for a better day. Yeah, yeah.
Great song, man. Great song.
Excellent.
I love
Excellent.
that.
Thank you.
Everybody loves it out there.
Always
Thank you. Better
break up
day.
when I sing that one, man. It's just got, it's one of those, one of the, you just get that feeling, especially those of us that's been through combat and has sustained injuries. And, you never want to go over there and fight these wars. And you just worried about, you think about the thought of dying and you think about, it's always on your brain. And when you come back, you're dealing with all what you saw and what you lived with. And I never wanted to make my mother cry about losing me or me losing my mind over the stuff that we saw and went through. So that's kind of what we, took out of that and the emotional connection with it.
It's a great song.
We're always trying to reach and get to that next day is going to be better. The next day is going to be a better day. And that's how we kind of formed that one.
Mike, you made me speechless, which is very rare to do. Literally, look at SWAT laughing. Every word you just said, I'm that mom that the son didn't come home. So, yeah, you did something that's almost impossible. You may be very quiet on the show. So, and I mean that out of my heart. I mean, like when you were saying those words about coming home and your mom, I'm like, oh man, I don't know if you know my story, but I am that's me. So but thank you for that. That song touched the heart like crazy. What do you got, SWAT?
Well, just real quick, Mike, I love that song, by the way, man. That's
I,
so
I
great.
know.
And
Hey,
Better
the fact that you just happened to play that song right after you promoted your wishforourheroes.org, everything you're doing with that, that's just amazing. I know there's a lot of people out in the audience. They needed, they just need to know they've got somewhere to go. I know Tracy's always reaching out to them, letting them know they can reach out to her anytime. So thank you for everything that you do, not only for, fellow, songwriters and artists, but, for all the veterans and all the active duty out there. It really means a lot. I know you've been there before. I've been there before. A lot of the people out in the audience have been there. So,
absolutely.
especially when you were playing that song. I mean, I immediately connected with it, man. It was wonderful. And thank you
Thank
for
you,
everything you
brother.
do for everybody out there. Really.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do. Better that one's easy to remember like completely. So um I'm gonna get to know your song, and you never know, you might find I'll put it out there on TikTok for you.
Hey, I wouldn't mind hearing him singing. I want to
Hey,
I
I'll
want
tell
to steal some of his stuff and sing it too, man. Got some good
you
stuff.
know
I
the
love it.
good thing about those kind of songs, Mike, and I know you know this, and Tracy knows this, but the thing that makes a great song, at least in my mind, is something you can personally connect with. And make the audience out there, and whether they're a veteran or not, just like Tracy, we all have families, we all have friends, we all have people in our lives that are affected by the things we go through. And so it's just really good that, you know, you've obviously found your calling, your way to reach out to people, and your way to kind of express, everything that you've gone through. Same with me, is through music. It's very therapeutic,
Absolutely.
especially those of us who have, any kind of PTSD or trauma that they go through. It's a good way to reach out and kind of get it out. But yeah, once again, just all the things that you're doing with all the organizations you're working with, all the fundraising you're doing. It's just, it's really inspirational, man. And
Thank you,
like
brother.
you said, everybody said
Thank
you couldn't do it. Now you're doing it better, bigger and better every day. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm not
Congratulations.
one that sits down and gives up for sure. But I tell you what, a little story about me, real quick. And I was injured pretty bad. Went through many cosmetic surgeries to get fixed, and I'm blind in the right eye. I'm clinically deaf. I get to wear these lovely little hearing aids on a daily basis, and I graduated sound engineering school with Joe West being clinically deaf. So if
Oh,
somebody looks at me and says, you can't do it, tell them bullshit and just do it.
that's right.
I don't let it get me down. But for the first year that I got back from combat and getting injured, I was rehabbing, learn how to walk again, learn how to deal with the blindness on the right side. And it was hard. I stayed depressed. I gained a lot of weight from all the steroids and everything they put me on. I fought to stay in the Navy and finally lost the battle with the medical boards and stuff. And I did get my 100% and did get, stuff. But now you go to the VA and it's almost like they just want you to die and go away, But it took me a long time in music, man, being able to write. And when I get in those depressive modes, I can take out a sheet of paper now and put what I'm feeling being depressed and turns into a song. Who knew, and then I feel a lot better afterwards.
Yeah.
I can
And
sit down,
you
I get
amazing.
depressed, I can play my guitar, and that's my therapy, and it's probably kept me alive for a long time.
I agree.
So
You know what? It's amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
So
Definitely.
thank you
Thank you for
guys for
sharing.
listening. I'm glad to be here with such amazing talent on here too.
Yeah, well, God has my back. My son's watching over us, so uh I don't know about y'all. I won't speak for you, but that's where I have to go is to my faith, my music, the kids. You know, there's I just hear your story, and that's what I first have to do is like right there. You're in my prayers. You will continue to be. I think it's amazing. I think you are an amazing individual and
Thank
musician at any age. So, everybody out there listening. So, yes, it can happen. So,
It can.
beautiful, beautiful story, Mr. Ponder. I
Dreams
am.
come true, man.
Thank you.
Dreams
Yeah,
come
thank you
true.
to you, your wife. I heard, she's back there involved, and your kids. I heard you mention that. So I would
Absolutely.
say that you're blessed with a gift, and I am so glad you're sharing it. So we will have you any Sunday on our porch. So
Oh,
this
I'd
is
love
what
to
we
join you
consider.
guys a lot more. I think we can make this. Let's just blow it up. Let's just
There
blow
you
it up
go.
sky high.
Sunday porch and SWAT, man. I love it. Like this is your jam. Like I've been able to be quiet.
Well, the good thing is uh, what I like about Mike. Not only he has great music and he's a great artist and great songwriter, but you're paying it forward. Just sharing that story. You obviously have a great support system, but like you said, you're not just sitting back. You're paying it forward, and we could use a lot more people like you in the world, man. So thank you for all that. That's like I said, you just got me all inspired. Just over the last however long we've been doing this, just a few moments that we've gotten to know each other. But
Thank you,
you
my
know,
friend. Thank you.
Mike Ponder Music, everybody out there in the audience, y'all go check it out. And wishforourheroes.org is an organization that he's obviously working very close with, and everything else that you do, everybody out there, just go out there and support uh, our fellow veteran here. And it's been a pleasure, man, really. So I guess I'll close us out with another song of mine. Kind of like you, Mike, I did serve overseas. I was in the Army. Like Tracy said, I was with Third ID, which is out of Fort Stewart.
Yeah.
And so
I've
when
been
I
to
got to
Eisenhower Center many times.
so when I moved up to Nashville, I tell that story to several people, and a friend of mine, Bridget Tatum, I sat down and she said, "We need to write a song about what it feels like to be away from home." And so this is usually my holiday song, but I'm going to play it for you guys right now. Tracy's heard it before, but this one's called Soldier's Christmas. And every time, any kind of holiday comes up, I just remember that we're able to celebrate over here because there's people that put their lives on the line in other parts of the world that can't be here. And, so I always remember that in the back of my mind, and the people that have put their lives on the line, like you, and Tracy, obviously your son, and everybody out there that has family and friends that have done it. So this is for all the soldiers out there. This one's called Soldier's Christmas. I bet by now they gave their list to Santa Claus, and they're wanting everything they've seen at the shopping mall. I know it's hard to hang those lights on by yourself, and I'm wondering where you put that elf on the shelf. I bet you're cooking something in the kitchen. I can almost smell what I'm missing, but I can't wrap it up. I can't make a delivery. No, I can't sign a card, put it underneath the Christmas tree. No, it ain't for sale, but I don't mind at all. Being a soldier, sending freedom over. I bet that church is all lit up with candlelight, and you're on the second verse of Silent Night. I hope all is well and all is burning bright. Just know I'm thinking about you tonight. But I can't wrap it up, can't make a delivery. No, I can't sign a card, put it underneath the Christmas tree. No, it ain't for sale, but I don't mind at all. Being a soldier, sending freedom over. No, it ain't for sale, but I don't mind at all. Being a soldier, sending freedom over. Sending freedom over. 'Cause I'm just a soldier. Sending freedom over.
Amen. Beautiful, beautiful. I love
Thanks,
that
all.
one.
I
Man,
appreciate
that was
it.
awesome.
Thanks,
You
man.
know
I
that.
appreciate it.
Wow.
And you know,
Did
just
you?
again, thank you guys for having me on tonight. Mike, seriously, thank you for joining us. It's been such a pleasure. And like
Love you,
Tracy
brother.
said, I look forward to doing this a lot more, man. And everybody out there, y'all go check out Mike Ponder music. He's got a new song out, which he's gonna take y'all to Tennessee. It's
Take you
great,
to
man. I love both of the
Tennessee.
songs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, both of you. You got Sure Feels Good with John Swat. You've
Well,
got Take Me to Tennessee with Mr. Mike Ponder. And
John,
we
I'm gonna
have,
get your info from Tracy, and we'll stay in touch.
oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna be
Perfect.
talking, brother. I'm gonna put you to work.
Hey,
Oh,
come
there
on
you
with it.
go. Well,
Come on with it.
y'all are funny. We will make sure of that. There's our logo, folks. It's we're gonna have the bottom of the guitar there, but Patriot Fest 2024 is approaching, and that is something, Mr. Mike Ponder, that we are putting together. And we want to make sure the Global War on Terrorism wall is built in a couple of locations, and there is a veteran that has been in the music industry for a very long time and has decided that, after focusing on music for so long and very successful bands, this is what he'd like. And I said, well, what are you wanting from us? And he said, kick it off. Like, I want a parade. And I'm like, well, I would like to do a concert. And he said, well, do you think Texas Live is big enough? And I said, maybe.
Will you let me
So,
know? I would love to be involved with that.
well, I'm telling you, we're putting together a committee right now. I'm showing you this work right here because it is Jason. So we have to give Jason a shout out there. He has been working behind the scenes on a lot of things. So for everybody, real quick, there it is, Patriot Fest
Nice.
2024. And thank you, Jason. JT Media. He has just been fabulous. So I got to make sure we give some credit and thanks to our patriot that has been working just nonstop, man. And like I said, it's like being on the porch on a Sunday. We do have an exit here video we're going to play, and then we'll say bye to you. You've got what a gift you guys have given tonight. Thank you all for your service and bringing a glimmer. That is Jason right there. So there you go,
Great job,
Jason.
Jason. Great job, man.
Yeah, great job. Great job to all of you on the Sunday porch, like I like to think of it back in the day. And we will play this last video for you to exit out, but we'll still be here, Mike. So hang on a second here. And thank you all out there for listening, whether you're on X, YouTube, Facebook, literally 12 of the different streaming channels. We appreciate you, and we just love that you like our Sunday show. You'll join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time. And now we will add our Sunday singer-songwriter specials to it as well. Thanks for being here.
Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Patriots Inside the Wire, hosted by Gold Star mom, Tracy Two-Step. Help us broaden our reach. Like, subscribe, and share.
Outside, let's so out my brother Two-Step.
And there you have it, folks. Little brother to Two-Step telling us silent roll call. His brother's still here. Thank you to God. Thank you to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, SWAT, always as the co-host. You are amazing. Mr. Mike Ponder, you're welcome anytime on our porch over here. And I can't wait to connect all of us. So everyone out there, send us a message, patriotsinsidethewire.com. And then again, as I mentioned, each artist right here, Mike Ponder music.com. You just add the music.com to their name. And not only will you find their website, you will also find their social media. I see you, David, there. Hello, hello. We are shutting it down, but we are so glad you jumped in here. We are saying good night, goodbye. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday. If my guests and SWAT could hang on a second. Good night, everybody out there with Patriots Inside the Wire.